Welcome to Introvert Island, where we don't try to become extroverts. We just figure out how to survive in a world that was built for them. I'm your host, Megan. Okay, I need to say something. I am an introvert, a highly sensitive one. And I am not a quiet person. I know. Stay with me. Have you ever told someone you're an introvert and they looked at you like you were lying? But you're so talkative. You seem totally fine at parties. Are you sure you're an introvert? Yes, I'm sure. Here's the thing people get wrong. Being an introvert doesn't mean you never talk. It doesn't mean you're shy or cold or bad at socializing. It means you're selective. And I am very, very selective. I run my own business, which means networking, events, business dinners, rooms full of people I've never met, all of us pretending to enjoy small talk over food that's too fancy to actually eat comfortably. I've done a lot of these, and here's what I've noticed. I don't stand in the corner wishing I were invisible. I actually scan the room, quietly, almost automatically. Like some kind of internal radar is running in the background, sorting everyone into two categories. Yes and no. My friends think I'm difficult because of this. And honestly, fair. I turn down their invitations a lot. Not group trips, just their friend groups. The ones they want me to join. And it's not that I hate people. It's that I've usually already met those people. Already had a first impression. Already gotten the reading. And the reading said no. So I said no too. Here's what I've realized after years of dragging myself into rooms where I felt like a visitor in my own skin. Introverts don't talk less. We just talk less to the wrong people. There's something I think of as frequency. And I know that sounds a little vague, but stay with me, because I think you're going to recognize exactly what I mean. Within the first 5 to 10 minutes of meeting someone, you know. You just know. There's a feeling. It's not logical. It's not a checklist. It's something closer to recognition, like your body makes a decision before your brain even catches up. And that first impression, it tells you more than you think. The way they ask questions, or don't. Whether they're actually listening or just waiting for their turn to talk. Whether their curiosity about you feels real or like a performance. You can feel the difference, can't you? Here's where I want to get a little more psychological about this, because I don't think this is just a personality quirk. Research on introversion shows that introverted brains are actually more sensitive to social stimulation. We process interactions more deeply. We pick up on more. Tone, energy, micro-expressions, the things people don't say. Which means we're not being picky for no reason. We're responding to information that other people might not even consciously register. Our nervous systems are designed for depth, not volume. So when something feels off in the first 5 minutes, that's not paranoia. That's not being too sensitive. That is your entire system doing exactly what it was built to do. Filtering, protecting, choosing. Then there's a second layer. And this one is the one that matters most to me. Values. You can have a casual 30-minute conversation about nothing that important and still walk away knowing exactly how someone sees the world. What they think is funny. How they talk about other people when those people aren't in the room. What lights them up. What they dismiss. And if that matches how I see the world, I open up. Like fully open up. I become a completely different version of myself, the one most people never actually get to meet. I'll talk for hours. I'll ask questions I actually care about the answers to. I'll forget to check my phone. I'll forget I was supposed to be conserving energy. But if the values don't align, there's this reaction I get. It's not dramatic. No one would notice it from the outside. It's just a quiet pullback, a signal from somewhere deep that says very clearly, this isn't your person. Don't go further. And for a long time, I felt guilty about that. I thought, why can't I just try harder? Why can't I just be warmer? Why is it so hard to just be normal about this? And you know what? People have said that to me. Not always in those words, but the message was clear. You're too closed off. You should give people more of a chance. You're going to miss out if you keep doing this. And every time I heard that, I quietly wondered if they were right. But here's what I've come to understand. When someone tells you that your boundaries are the problem, what they're really saying is that their access to you should not require your consent. Selectivity is not a social disorder. It is not a flaw to fix. It is a form of self-respect. And for introverts and highly sensitive people, it is also a form of survival. We don't have unlimited energy for people. We never did. Pretending otherwise doesn't make us more open. It just makes us more exhausted. Choosing who gets your time and attention, deeply, fully, genuinely, is not something you should apologize for. It is, in fact, one of the most honest things you can do. So what does this actually look like when you're in a real social situation? Let's say you're at a work event or a friend's birthday dinner where you only know 2 people, or a networking thing you said yes to 3 weeks ago and have been dreading ever since. Here's my approach. And I think a lot of you are already doing a version of this without realizing it. I give it the first 5 minutes. No pressure, no performance. I just show up. I ask one question. I see how they respond. I share something small. I see how they receive it. And within those 5 minutes, I feel a direction. Either something in me leans forward, tell me more, or I quietly, politely find a reason to move on. And here's the part I want you to hear. There's no guilt in that. Not anymore. Because for the longest time, I thought the goal of social interaction was to connect with everyone, to make everyone comfortable, to be the kind of person who gets along with anyone in any room. But that's an extrovert's goal. And I'm not an extrovert. My goal is different. It's to find my people and to give them everything I have when I find them. And sometimes I find them in the most unexpected places. I've walked up to a complete stranger at a business dinner, someone I'd never met before, because something in me said, go talk to that person. Just a quiet pull, an instinct. And 3 hours later, we were still talking. Not about work, about life, about the stuff that actually matters. That happens to me, just not with everyone. And I've stopped thinking that's a problem. The world will keep telling you to be more open, more social, more available. And maybe sometimes you will be. With the right person, in the right moment, introverts can be the most open, warm, present people in the room. But that openness is a gift, not an obligation. You get to decide who receives it. So here are 2 small things I want you to try. The next time someone implies that your selectivity is a flaw, pause before you apologize. Ask yourself, am I being unkind? Or am I just being honest about where my energy goes? There's a difference, and knowing the difference changes everything. And the second thing, think about the last person you met who immediately felt like, yes, what was it? The way they listened? Something they said? A value that quietly matched yours? Notice what your yes actually feels like, so you stop talking yourself out of it. I'd love to hear from you. Do you feel that frequency thing too? That instant sense of yes or no when you meet someone new? Or has someone ever made you feel like your selectivity was the problem? Tell me in the comments. This is the kind of conversation I actually want to have. It's quiet on the island, but you're not alone. See you on the next one.